would say it's green, it's safe, it's beautiful, and it's in the middle of Europe. I love that.
Welcome to Munich. Ready to hear all about living here from an international perspective? From what expats appreciate most.
My top 5 favorite things here are pretzels, beer, healthcare, vacation days, and nature.
To authentic insights.
But I was surprised, the sense of humor. You know, it takes time, but I wouldn't say the Germans have no sense of humor.
As well as the topics you truly want to know more about.
Oh, I love the beer. You know. It's about the cheapest thing in Munich.
In case we haven't met yet, we're InterNations, the largest community for international people worldwide. We're bringing you the voices of our members to help you feel at home as quickly as possible. So dust off your lederhosen and join us as we explore the magic that is Munich. Auf geht's. The thing about Munich is that it's just a great place to live.
There's nice little pockets in different parts of the city where you can find everything you need, and there's cool things going on. There's nice restaurants and bar kind of anywhere you are in the city, so it's not that there's one spot you have to be at and then everything else is quiet. And I like that it's more international than you might realize at first.
You can have this cosmopolitan kind of feeling, but at the same time, you can feel like you are in a little village just enjoying the countryside. Like you go to a park, and there are so many parks here. It's so green, it's so beautiful that I don't know how many other cities can offer that.
And there's a lot to do.
I definitely like the river, the Isar. Going to the beaches there in the summer is a great place to cool off because the river stays super cold. And on a hot day, that's the best thing, to bring friends and set up a picnic blanket or even grill on the beach there, and you can hang out all day and just have a real summer feeling in the middle of the city. Yeah.
Another thing you can't miss is Marienplatz. This is the true heart of the city. And right next door, there's nothing like the local specialties at Viktualienmarkt. Everything from cheese to sausages to you name it. Expats also love how much you can do outside the city.
On the weekends, a lot of people also go to Garmisch-Partenkirchen. There's a beautiful gorge there where you can go hiking. You can go to the Zugspitze, the tallest mountain in Germany, which is on the border with Austria, so that's also close by. You can go to Salzburg, that's a short train ride. And if you want to ride a bit longer, Italy is also not that far away. So it's really a great central place to live, to also get to a lot of other beautiful places.
It's no surprise that in our annual Expat Insider survey, Munich ranked 11th out of 49 global cities for quality of life. It also did well for environment and climate, healthcare, and safety and security. However, this isn't the full story. Munich ranked 38th overall. And when we compare countries, not cities, Germany is 49th place out of 53. Stay tuned to find out why later in this video. But first, let's focus on some practical stuff, like how do you get around this lovely city?
Yeah, in terms of getting around town, one doesn't need a car. You don't really need a car. You can get around on a bike. It's very bike friendly. The center of town is quite compact. So everything's within walking distance, I would say.
Public transportation is good, even if residents complain about delays or disruptions that do happen sometimes.
Transportation's pretty convenient, but it can be a little more expensive than other cities. For example, if you're coming from the suburbs, prices start at about €10 or more, but depending on how far out you live. Yeah.
And what about healthcare?
I love the healthcare here in Germany. It's very affordable. I feel well taken care of. I had both of my children here, and that was a great experience. 2 different hospitals, but both great. And I loved even more that there wasn't a big bill waiting for me after my children were born.
That does sound like a major perk. Of course, any city will have some downsides. One negative aspect here is finances. Munich ranked 31st for personal finance in our survey.
The living costs, I would prefer to pay less, but anyways, it's still a beautiful place to be, so you are ready to pay for it, I guess. Yeah.
With high living costs, getting a good job is essential. Luckily, expats agree that Munich is a great city to work in.
There are so many international subsidiaries here, like that international working environment. It's incredible, and therefore there is also so many nationalities coming here every year, even more.
According to our expat survey, Munich ranked 11th out of 49 cities globally for working abroad. Work-life balance is one of the things expats especially love.
I'd say there's more benefits. So for things like more vacation days and things like sick leave, maternity leave, it's a lot more flexible and a lot easier to have the work-life balance aspect. So it's a lot, easier to not have work be the only big part of your life. Yeah, that's a major benefit and difference. Yeah.
According to our survey, Munich is also great for career prospects.
Definitely, Germany is one of the best places in Europe to find job. This is at least in my sector. So I work in the space sector. I am an engineer and project manager in the space sector, and it's definitely one of the best places. From salary point of view, perspective, career point of view, it's really very important and recommended.
What's one of the most stressful aspects of moving to Munich? Yup, finding a place to live.
The rental market is a real nightmare. We can't sugarcoat it.
This comes through loud and clear in our survey, with Munich even ranking 48th out of 49 cities worldwide for housing. People really struggle to find an apartment or house in Munich and to afford it.
A studio apartment, you've got to reckon on paying around €1,000 a month for 30 square meter apartment. For a family house, a family of 4, for example, you're talking at least $2,500 per month. And that wouldn't be in the center, it'd be far off.
Ouch, that's pretty expensive. But in terms of finding a place, you're in luck. Our members have some advice, especially for those first weeks.
My suggestion for any expat is to find a first accommodation for the first month, just to have a house and to do all the registration and documentation, and then to get settled to the life and to explore the city, and then find another accommodation. But at the very beginning, coming from abroad, don't be picky, even if it's not the cheapest one, but at least to stay calm, because the very first period in Munich is, in my opinion, is the most stressful and difficult for every expat.
Here's how to go about your search.
Well, just Google finding an apartment in whatever city and go to the top websites there. They're pretty easy to use, and even the German websites for finding an apartment have an English version, so you can find your way pretty easily, I think.
And if you're wondering which neighborhoods are popular,
well, this depends also on the possibilities of the expats. If they have money, because Munich is a very expensive city, the center, of course, is the best part. Passing is nice, Lyme is also nice. So I always been living in the west part of the city. All the parts of the city on the so-called Stammstrecke, so where there is the main lines of the S-Bahn, they are easily connected and everybody can get easily to the center and to other places.
here's the thing. While Munich has the amazing quality of life we mentioned before, it might take some time to get settled. Munich ranked 43rd for ease of settling in out of 49 cities.
One of the biggest challenges in the beginning would be the bureaucracy, everything taking so long and not being online and not speaking German yet. But then also just plain homesickness and not having a support network and not having friends here. Yeah.
The local mentality and culture may also take a while to get used to.
What I really like is that normally in my experience the Germans are very direct. What I don't like is that Germans are very direct. So it's at the same time the best and the pro and the con of the German culture.
You might even come to appreciate things that bothered you initially.
I didn't like that stores were closed on Sundays at first, but now I really like it because that has become family day. And then you notice that other people are treating it the same. Everybody's on a walk. on a Sunday afternoon together, enjoying nature, being outside, being together, having birthday parties. So it's actually really good that it forces you to slow down.
Munich doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to friendliness. Expats ranked Munich 42nd for local friendliness, 42nd for finding friends, and 43rd for culture and welcome. So while Munich is attractive as a city, the friendliness aspect is a big part of why Germany doesn't rank higher compared to other countries. Remember, it only ranked 49th as we mentioned earlier in this video. That's why making friends and finding ways to socialize could be one of the biggest challenges you face, and why joining an expat community can be a game changer.
Through InterNations, I have met so many amazing, wonderful people in my same situation, and it's really nice to bond with people who understand exactly what you're going through, the homesickness, the making new friends, learning a language, all of the changes, bureaucracy, maybe raising kids abroad. So it's just like finding a bit of home wherever you are, and those kind of relationships are definitely a necessary part of living abroad.
Chaitanya, Mia, and Carlo host activities here which all have one thing in common: helping expats meet while doing what they enjoy. From exploring Bavaria to sharing a passion for running as Mia does.
Our focus is not always on running itself, but what happens afterwards. So we love to sit in a restaurant, have a nice brunch, and talk about things and learn about each other. But our warm-up is we meet up and then we have like a 5 kilometers small little round in the Isar, and then we head to the restaurant, and that is the main part. But we do have some more challenging running events, like running along the lakes in Bavaria now in summer. So we are going to see also the Bavarian countryside and spending the whole day there. So we run, swim, and enjoy the day at the lakeside.
Meanwhile, Chaitanya knows exactly how to help new expats make connections.
And it's very important for me, for the newcomers, is to make them feel welcome. Because when they come to our events, it's really the first point of contact outside work, or in a more of a social environment, and just to give them the very first feeling of being connected, and to give them feeling that they are not alone. And that brings us back to the tagline, or one of the mottos of InterNations, where we say nobody stands alone. And I really encourage our members to mingle, to get to know each other and connect with each other.
InterNations opens up a lot of options for making international and local friendships. Click the link in the description to join the community. If you're considering moving to Munich, we hope you'll find new opportunities, friendships, and have a lot of fun on your own adventure abroad. Our final advice?
I think everyone should have a chance and take the chance to live abroad. So if you hesitate, don't hesitate. Just let it flow. I came here for 3 months and I've been living here now for 18 years. So it just takes this one step that you make, and if you have faith in it and you trust yourself and your abilities, I think it's a really nice discovery tour for life to make the decision to become an expat.
And you might be surprised how it'll change you.
Actually, I felt at home in Munich when I was back in Rome. After a few months, I was in Rome and I started to see the traffic, the chaos. I had to go to the post and everything was so slow. And then I said, I want to go back home. And then I said, but back home is Munich. So that was the moment where as my family says, I am too Italian to be German and too German to be Italian.
I moved here for love, and I'm staying because I want my children to grow up here. I think it's a great place for them to grow up. There's great education, and yeah, it's beautiful and safe. And yeah, this is home now.
Finally, we'd like to say vielen Dank to Carlo, Chaitanya, Mia, and Paula for sharing their perspectives. If you want to browse upcoming InterNations events in Munich, click the link in the description to join. and you'll be on your way to making your expat life a great experience. Servus, until next time.